Hello, church. I'm here in Kansas City exploring one of my favorite parts of the city today. I'm just west of downtown in a part of the city known as the West Bottoms. Recognizable by its closely packed red brick buildings, the West Bottoms was once home to Kansas City's thriving shipping district. It was a virtual beehive of manufacturing and warehousing and shipping. This is where the American Royal Horse and Cattle Show was originally held. This is where the stockyards were, as well as the largest train depot west of New York City. The eastern side of this district is marked by the Kansas River, where once steamships and barges were unloaded and sent to all points east. But after a couple of devastating floods in the early 1900s and the loss of jobs after World War II, the West Bottoms fell on hard times. I remember from my time here in Kansas City, the West Bottoms being a kind of an abandoned, empty place. Certainly no place that you would want to be after dark or by yourself. It was kind of spooky. But an interesting thing has happened here. Starting in the early 90s, a couple of antique stores moved into this area, and then an event space. And then they held a festival. Soon a few restaurants moved into the area, and now the West Bottoms has found new life. Today, the West Bottoms is a hip and desirable area. Several trendy restaurants call the Bottoms home. Food trucks abound. There's all kinds of open stores and shops. And on the first Friday of each month in particular, thousands of people wander about these streets, going between the open shops, sipping wine. They're here to enjoy the atmosphere as much as they are to shop. This brings me to a particular four-story building here in the West Bottoms known as Restoration Emporium, or RE for short. Restoration Emporium is a used or repurposed furniture store owned and operated by my longtime friend Jeff Huff and his wife Chrissy. You know, when Jeff and Chrissy were first married, like a lot of young couples, they didn't have a lot of money, and so they filled their home with used or cast-off old furniture that they repurposed or refinished in some sort of way. It was cheap, if not free, it was well built, and it had character. And over time, refinishing, repainting old furniture kind of became Jeff and Chrissy's thing. Until eventually their interest led them to open the first iteration of RE in 2012. Restoration Emporium is kind of the antithesis of retail. It's collaborative, not competitive. The vendors here pool together their expertise and experience to help one another along. They even offer classes to the general public to help them learn to do what they do. Their mantra: restore, renew, reuse, and repurpose. Over the next couple of weeks, we'll be looking at a lot of the items and the things that they have here at Restoration Emporium. But I'm wondering, what can the church learn from an antique store? Collaborative and not competitive? Experience and expertise being shared freely among friends? Values that want to see broken things restored and repurposed? Can the church make a comeback like the West Bottoms did? Can we reimagine and rethink who we are and what we do? Being repurposed is grace. It's being made relevant again. What if restoration is not just about old buildings and furniture? What if, by God's grace, our church and our story and our lives can be renewed? Let's turn to the scripture.